I've been thinking about doing Transpac for 20 years. My grandfather actually did Transpac in 59, 61, and 63, so it's been something that inspired me to start sailing in the first place. So our team's been planning this for about 3 years, and I'm really excited to finally get to do it.
I'll feel good when we leave. As soon as we're floating out that channel, all the nerves will go away and off we go. Excitement, nervous, ready to go, charged up for it.
There's just so much preparation, so much administrative stuff, a lot of training, getting the boat ready. Once you get to the start line, that's when you actually can relax a little bit, because there's only one thing you need to focus on.
Have to have everything on the boat that you will need during Transpac. For us, that's going to be somewhere between 10 and 13 days.
I've helped a bunch of boats prepare over the years, but I've never gotten to do it myself, so I'm really excited. It's an adventure that you can't take back. It's something that you get to say you've done for the rest of your life, and it's, how many people get to say they've sailed a sailboat across the ocean? I don't know, it's very inspirational to me. I think it's an adventure that you can't pass up.
Today, I think we've all been thinking about this for a long time, so it's really built up, and we're all excited to get out there and get on the race course. Getting all those last-minute bits of gear together, making sure you have everything you need, but not too much is. But now it's all done. Everything's in the boat, so we're ready to go.
Getting the opportunity to come here and do Transpac as a cadet with all my friends and some recently graduated friends, it's pretty amazing.
So a lot of these guys have become my very close friends over the years.
Dean and I have been acquaintances, friends, I guess, I don't know, forever. It seems like since the early 70s. And he bought this boat in 77. We raced in 81 Transpac and won the overall, and that hooked him.
I mean, I've done 6, and this is my last. It's on camera, by the way. But I've done 5 with him, and I did 1 with my other son last time. And Cecil wanted to do it with his son, and so, we made that happen this time.
My first Transpac and my old man's last one, and it's really a privilege to be able to kind of end the legacy with him on board his dream boat. And could have asked for a better crew, and it was super fun doing it, and I'm really proud to be here, proud to have this guy as my old man. So.
Rainrag is our last name, Garnier, spelled backwards. My father's boat was Mr. Rainrag, and the kids was the Rainrags. And so now we're the next generation, so we're Rainrag squared. And there's 8 kids in our family, so there's lots of nephews and nieces and stuff that have sailed on this boat.
It's just really a special trip for us and campaign for us. It's a lot of old friends that have been sailing together since we were kids, and so now we get to do this together. So it's more about the team and the time together, and so I'm really looking forward to this trip.
Almost everything is special about Transpac.
It's one of the best races ever. Well, it's an iconic race. We've done the Sydney to Hobart and other major races in Australia over the last few years, and we thought we'd just come across the Pacific and do the other easy to get to iconic race.
You have to be so focused, and I can sail for 2 hours. It feels like I've had a 2-week vacation because I'm not thinking about all the other bothersome stuff. And it really is the university you can never graduate from. Every hour I sail, I learn something new, and that's so invigorating and exciting.
It is fabulous. It's the best race in the world, and that's the reason we do it. We will do it until I can't do it anymore.
There's really 3 races in this race.
For the first part of the race, we've got light air sailing trying to get around Catalina. We're doing a close reach, and that stage, there's probably 3 days of that where we're going to be cold and wet.
That was some of the toughest first 4 days of Transpac I think any of us really had. We were so hard on the wind, trying to get north like that.
And then we start getting into the trade winds, and they call that the slot car track.
When you hook into the circular pressure of the Pacific High, which is what we call the slot car race, and you just basically go across at high speed for a while, for about a third of the race.
And so for that, it gets warm, and we put up our downwind sails, and it's just delightful sailing.
Usually the second half is kind of the more pleasant part. You start running, the boat flattens out, so life gets a little easier.
And then the downwind race, which is hard work. You're waking up every 20 minutes sometimes to jibe the boat, so nobody's sleeping for the last 4 days of the race. In our case, we ran out of food. This is not as easy as it looks.
The entire mast had crushed down onto the lifelines, onto everything. So I took the tiller and basically tried to keep it as steady as possible, but without the mast, we had lost all center gravity, so the boat was rocking and it was gusting 35, 40.
18 pounds were not enough chocolate. I think maybe 23 might have been about right for this long of a race. So yeah, we started to ration a little bit, and I'm pretty sure there were some people hiding some in their cubbies, but I won't name names.
And then the run into Hawaii is just amazing. There's this long Pacific swell that builds up over 2,000 miles. And so you've got these great big rollers, and the whole boat starts surfing down the waves. Just a very special time.
The truth is, you almost have to get, 600 miles offshore to get the conditions that we were sailing in, the big waves, the big wind, surfing. You just have to be offshore for that. And then arriving to this place, with the fanfare, there's just nothing like it.
Well, first we saw Molokai, and I got really excited because I knew what was coming next. I would run down to the nav table and I'd run outside and look and make sure this is really happening.
It's beautiful. We're sailing along at 25, 30 knots, and land all of a sudden appears. And you see the lights and the profile of Oahu. It's a gorgeous place. And Diamond Head, it just sparkles.
Best part of the race was coming down Molokai Channel.
It's always a highlight when you're coming in to see Diamond Head and Cocoa Head and going down the channel, and the dock party, people on the dock greeting you.
After spending 2 weeks on the water, coming in and hearing your name announced, the boat, and then the crew just coming together and realizing that you just crossed the ocean is amazing. The volunteers here at the club are amazing. The fact that they were here at 3 o'clock in the morning to greet us was outstanding. I couldn't have asked for anything better than that.
I'm looking around at the tiki torches and the soft rain that nobody cares about, and the beautiful warm weather at night, and the beautiful sail we had this afternoon. It always brings you back, always.
This sport is an endurance sport, it's a team sport, and it's a sport that's inclusive. Everybody should be in it. It's for everyone.
This is my first Transpac. This was my first ocean race, actually.
This was on my bucket list, and I never ever thought I would be able to accomplish having this happen to me. And I met through Universal Sailing, which is a black organization on the East Coast, introduced me to Marie Rogers. And she says, how do you feel about a Transpac? And I said, I'm all in, I want to do it. And to be able to complete it, it's just unbelievable.
The average person can do this race if they make the sacrifices. I left my condo and I moved on the boat to save for rent. Worked at West Marine, putting stuff on the shelves so you get a 50% discount. I actually Ubered a lot of the other boats owners. I'm not saying I hustled them, but I did my best. And we got lucky too. I'm not saying it was all skill. We got the wins on our side and they didn't get the wins, so I'm not taking full credit.
Sunsets, and honestly, the freeze-dried meals were so much better than I expected. Like, they were the chili mac and cheese next level.
Oh my God, seeing the sunrise. 3 a.m. to 6 a.m., it was fabulous. It was my best time.
Well, I have all my fingers and all my toes, and so any landing you can walk away from is a good one. But my family's here, and I'm excited to see them, and they miss me, and that makes it worthwhile.